Alright, so this is part 3, which is allowing the user to interact with operations and two numbers. So we need to create a Boolean variable titled num1 underscore done. Keeps track of whether the first number is finished. When the user clicks on an operational button plus, minus, times, or divide, calculator switches to collecting the second number. Any numbers selected before the operation go into the first number. Any numbers after the operation go into the second number. We also need to create a variable for the second number. So numbers clicked after the operation should go into the second number. Create a variable for the chosen operation. When a new button is clicked, update the calculator screen so it shows the current values. Display should look like just the first number, just the number and the operation, or the full equation. If a user clicks an operation before any number, use 0 for the first number. If a user clicks more than one operation below in a row, display a message that is an invalid choice. Only collect numbers for num2 after the first operation button is clicked. The equals button should do nothing at this stage. Use clear screen / redraw logic so new numbers and operations appear. Alright. So, right now we've got all the way down to line 123. We're probably going to have to change some of this in here. That's the def use calc. So let's take a look. Alright. Alright. So I'm going to get rid of this. And instead, on line 90, I'm going to do top row 7, 8, 9, divide sign. I'm going to get rid of operation button here on line 98. Alright. And then here's our to-do. So we need to add logic for all number / operation buttons and number 2 collection. I feel like it's going to be easier for us if I go and I open my part 2 and I kind of copy paste a little bit from it. Because I don't want to have to retype all these rows again. Actually, it may just be better to copy paste from part 3 itself, so we'll do that. Alright, so yeah, and then we'll just change the y. So we do need this to look at what our y values are, but that's really all we need it for. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to get this. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to highlight this part. And I'm going to paste there. But after return, I'm going to just label this second row 4, 5, 6, and then the time sign. Okay. And we need to change our y value here to be -50. And instead of 30, it's going to be -10 now. And then all the other numbers should stay the same, except we need to change what their number they're representing is. So instead of 7, it's 4. Instead of 8, it's going to be 5. Instead of 9, it's going to be 6. And then instead of this, it's going to be the time sign. And then let's see if any of this changes. Okay, that should be the same. Okay, and then we do that for the third and bottom rows as well. So we're going to copy this. We're going to go down. We'll do third row, 1, 2, 3, minus sign. And then we'll paste there. And for the third row, it's going to be -90 to -50. And then instead of 4, we have 1. Instead of 5, we have 2. Instead of 6, we have 3. And then instead of the time sign, we have the minus sign. And then we need to do that one more time for the very bottom row. But the bottom row is gonna be less. So we go down 1, backspace twice. We'll do bottom row. And the bottom row is just gonna be 0 and the plus sign. And so we can go ahead and paste this, but we're gonna have to delete some of it. So bottom row is gonna be -130 all the way to -90. And then if x equals 0 and if x is greater than 0 and x is less than 40, the number's going to come back as a 0. And then we can get rid of these 2 lines. And we'll do if x is greater than 40 and less than 80. We're going to change this to a plus sign. And then the rest of that stays the same. So that's what we need for that. And then now we have to do this to do here. So we will do if canvas equals true. I'm going to change this to after an operation, collect num2 and check for extra operation clicks. And then I'll go down and I'll do top row 7, 8, 9, divide. And then we're gonna do
what do you say to greet yourself? Or like to introduce yourself?
Okay, I see. So next we're gonna basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna copy everything we did up here. And we're gonna put it down here, but we're gonna have to change all the num1s to num2. Okay. Copy. paste. And then I'm just going to go through here line by line, make sure everything is correct. Top row, negative 10, 30, negative 80, negative 47, blah, 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 blah. And we just need to change this num1 to num2, num1, num2, num1, num2. And then I don't know if we need the operation. Yeah, we don't need the operation, so we can get rid of that. We can also get rid of this else, I think. Yeah. So we'll get rid of the operation. Okay, here's what we need to do. We need the right number and we need the return. We don't need the else, and we don't need the all the information under this. So we can get rid of that. And let me see. And then we need to tab over our right one time. And then we can do canvas num1, blah, 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 canvas num2. Okay, that should be good. Then we have second row. That should all be correct, except again, we need to change this all to num2, num2, num2. And then we can get rid of everything like we did before. We'll tab over here, tab over here. And then third row, do the same thing. Num2, num2, num2. And then get rid of everything here. And backspace these one time. And then bottom row, num2. Okay, we're actually doing something different here for this one. Okay, so negative 130 and y equals negative 90. Canvas num. Oh, yeah, it was 0, 40. Canvas num2 plus minus 0. If x is greater than 40 and x is less than 80. Oh, no, it is the same. So we'll just get rid of this. And then we backspace once here. And then negative 197. We've got right num, canvas num1, blah, 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 canvas num2. We need to remove this line. So 198. It looks like everything else is already done for us. All right, so let's run it and we'll see if it works. Okay, 3 times 4. We click on the equal sign, nothing happens yet. Okay, so we've got it to where it shows up, and I think that's all we're supposed to do. 4 divided by 8, 7 times invalid multiple operations. Okay, that's working. Okay, so 57 plus 123. Okay, everything looks like it's working. So I'm going to say that we're done with this one. Submit and continue. We're all good to go.